The clinking of champagne glasses and strained laughter echoed through the sleek corporate event space as my stepsister Emma held court, regaling everyone with tales of her latest investment banking triumph. I stood in a corner, gripping my phone like a shield, watching my family's faces light up with practiced admiration. My name is Sarah, and I was about to endure another evening of being the family's creative black sheep. Then our team closed the eight-figure deal, Emma declared, her designer dress catching the light as she gestured dramatically. The youngest little VP in the firm's history, they're saying. That's our girl. Robert, my stepfather, beamed, while Catherine, my stepmother, dabbed at her eyes with a monogrammed handkerchief. My stepbrother Daniel jumped in next, his custom suit radiating corporate success. Speaking of good news, our tech division just secured a major government contract. They're putting me in charge of the entire digital transformation project. More clinking glasses, more proud tears from Catherine. I took another sip of champagne and tried to make myself invisible among the crowd of banking and tech executives. But Lily, my younger stepsister, had other plans. What about you, Sarah? Her voice carried across the room, dripping with false sweetness. How's your little, what do you call it, social media stuff? The room fell silent. Dozens of eyes turned to me, filled with varying degrees of pity and barely concealed amusement. It's a creative agency, I corrected, straightening my spine. And we just launched a new campaign that's trending across. Oh, honey, Catherine interrupted, her voice syrupy with condescension. Don't you think it's time to look for a real position? I know Robert's advertising firm has some excellent junior copywriter openings. My agency is real, I said, but my voice came out smaller than I intended, lost in the vast expanse of the corporate event space. Emma snorted elegantly into her crystal flute. Come on, Sarah. Making social media posts from your renovated loft isn't exactly in the same league as investment banking or tech development. At the celebration party, continued, it's not just social media posts. I protested, my phone screen lighting up with another notification from our latest viral campaign. We're creating integrated marketing strategies. Our latest campaign reached. Reached what? Daniel chuckled, adjusting his Apple Watch. A few thousand likes? I manage billion-dollar tech portfolios, Sarah. The laughter that followed felt like digital daggers in my skin. I excused myself, pretending I needed to check some analytics, my heels clicking against the marble floor as I retreated to a quieter corner of the venue. As I stood there, scrolling mindlessly through my phone, fragments of conversation drifted over from the main group. I just worry about her, Catherine's voice carried across the space. All her peers are building real careers in established companies, and she's playing around with these internet trends. She'll grow out of it, Robert replied, his CEO confidence never wavering. Remember her photography phase in college? At least this keeps her busy while she figures out what she really wants to do with her life. I closed my eyes, letting their words fuel something deep inside me. They had no idea about the pitch meetings I was winning, the viral campaigns I was creating, the strategic partnerships I was building with Maya, my best friend since high school. My phone buzzed with a message from Maya. Client meeting tomorrow at 9. The big tech company you mentioned. You ready to blow their minds? Wouldn't miss it, I typed back, a small smile forming despite everything. Stepdaddy's promotion party going exactly as expected. Hang in there, creative genius. Show them what viral really means someday. I took a deep breath and walked back into the main space, where Lily was now sharing news about her latest startup funding round. Series A secured, she announced proudly. Youngest female founder in the investor's portfolio. Now that's how you disrupt an industry, Robert declared, shooting me a pointed look that said everything about his definition of success. At the celebration party continued, I sat there for another hour, enduring more subtle jabs and dismissive comments about my little social media hobby. Each word, each laugh, each pitying glance, I recorded them all on my phone, saving them in a folder labeled Motivation. The evening finally wound down, and Emma caught me by the elevator. You know we just want what's best for you, right? She said, her manicured hand patting my arm condescendingly. There's no shame in admitting when something isn't working out. I'm sure I could put in a word at one of our client banks. I looked her straight in the eye. You're right, Emma. There isn't any shame in admitting failure. But I wasn't talking about my agency. Later that night, in my loft apartment, a converted industrial space that they all deemed charmingly bohemian, I sat at my desk and opened my laptop. The campaign metrics I'd been working on glowed on the screen. My latest creative strategies were pinned to the wall, along with market research and competitor analysis. A notification popped up. Another major brand wanting to collaborate, the 15th this month. I thought about my family's laughter, their dismissal, their certainty that I was wasting my time. Then I thought about tomorrow's pitch meeting, the growing client list they knew nothing about, and the expansion plans taking shape in my mind. Playing with internet trends, I muttered, opening my analytics dashboard. We'll see about that. I worked until dawn, fueled by determination and spite in equal measure. They wanted me to give up and get a real job at Robert's firm? Fine. I'd give them something real, something so real, it would make their corporate success look like a LinkedIn humble brag. They just didn't know it yet. 3 years later, at the creative agency office, 3 years had passed since that promotion party, and I was staring at numbers that made my hands shake. Maya burst through my office door, her laptop clutched to her chest, her eyes wild with excitement. Sarah, have you seen the engagement metrics? Our campaign just hit 8 figures in reach. We're trending globally. I spun my MacBook around to show her the screen I'd been staring at for the last 20 minutes. Keep thinking it's a glitch in the analytics. No glitch. Creative genius. Maya perched on my desk, grinning. That influencer integration strategy was pure gold. The authenticity campaign is exploding across every platform. I pulled up our digital metrics dashboard, millions of shares, comments flooding in from around the world, and our website traffic had increased tenfold. Remember when we were brainstorming campaigns in my living room? Now look at us. Maya gestured around our sleek downtown office, the wall of screens displaying real-time campaign metrics, 3 floors of creative teams, a global client list. My phone buzzed, another email notification. Holy, I whispered, reading the subject line. Maya, look at this. She leaned over my shoulder. Adweek wants to feature your agency in their innovation issue? Sarah, this is massive. I could barely breathe. Adweek was the Bible of the advertising industry. and their innovation issue was legendary. Call Marcus, I managed to say. We need his insight before we respond. Maya was already dialing. On it. Also, your stepsister Emma called earlier, said she's been trying to reach you. My excitement dimmed slightly. I hadn't spoken to my family in months, not since last Christmas, when Catherine had suggested I learn about real marketing from Robert's firm. Let it go to voicemail, I said, turning back to the email. We have bigger campaigns to launch. Next morning, at the office. The next morning, Marcus arrived at our office, impeccable as always in his Tom Ford suit. He'd been mentoring me since I met him at a digital marketing conference 2 years ago, shortly after he left his position as creative director at one of the world's largest agencies. So, he said, settling into an Eames chair, Adweek. This is what we've been building toward. What's our strategy? I asked, notebook ready. They're offering a 4-page spread, Marcus said, reviewing the email. We counter with 6 plus digital content. Your story is compelling. Young creative disrupting traditional advertising. Data-driven authenticity. Gen Z whisperer. They'll bite. Maya burst in again, this time looking concerned. Sarah, Emma's here. In the lobby. My stomach dropped. What? Why? Should I tell her you're in a strategy session? I glanced at Marcus, who nodded encouragingly. No, send her up. Time to show her what playing with social media looks like. Emma's Louboutins clicked against our polished concrete floors as she entered, her investment banker perfection slightly marred by obvious surprise at our office space. Wow, she said, looking around at the walls of awards and campaign metrics displays. This is unexpected. What can I help you with, Emma? I kept my voice professional, the way she always spoke to her banking clients. I, have a major client presentation coming up. Someone mentioned your agency's viral campaigns, and I thought. She trailed off, clearly uncomfortable. Are you really the same agency everyone's talking about? The very same, Maya interjected smoothly. We'd be happy to show you our latest metrics. The ones that are being featured in Adweek's innovation issue. Still at the office, Emma's eyes widened. Adweek? But that's a real magazine. I couldn't resist. For my real agency. Marcus cleared his throat. Sarah, we should finish discussing the expansion plans, unless your sister would like to schedule a formal pitch meeting with our client success team. Emma flushed. Yes, actually. That would be helpful. After she left, Maya collapsed into laughter. Did you see her face when she realized this wasn't just your little social media hobby? Focus, I said, but I was smiling. We have work to do. The magazine shoot is in 3 weeks, and we need everything perfect. About that, Marcus said, pulling out his iPad Pro. They want to shoot here in the office. They're interested in the whole story, your journey from startup to digital empire. I looked around at what we'd built, the strategy boards, the creative studios, the teams of designers and content creators working beyond my office doors. Digital empire. The phrase felt strange, powerful. My phone buzzed again, a text from Catherine. Emma told us about your office. Why didn't you say anything? We're your family. I showed it to Maya, who rolled her eyes. Funny how they're interested now that you're disrupting the industry. Very funny, I agreed, then turned to Marcus. About that magazine spread, I have an idea for the narrative angle. Something about transforming doubt into digital dominance. He smiled knowingly. Success is best served viral? Something like that. I turned back to my laptop, opening our global expansion strategy. Now, about those international office plans. Later that week, Marcus's office. You haven't returned their calls? Marcus asked, stirring his artisanal coffee as we sat in his corner office overlooking the city skyline. Any of them. 9 calls from Catherine, 15 texts from Lily, and 4 voicemails from Daniel, I said, scrolling through my phone. Oh, and Emma's been messaging our client services team daily about her presentation. Marcus leaned back in his chair. You know they'll keep pushing, especially with the Ad Week feature coming up. Let them push. I set my phone face down. I'm busy building a digital empire. An empire built on spite? His eyes twinkled. Not that I'm judging. Some of the best campaigns were built on proving people wrong. Speaking from experience, he nodded. My father wanted me to be a management consultant, called my first creative agency a waste of an Ivy League education. Now he shares every campaign I've ever touched on his Facebook. The intercom buzzed. His assistant's voice crackled through. Miss Sarah, your stepsister Emma is here. She says it's urgent. Marcus raised an eyebrow. I sighed. Send her up. Emma burst in, Hermes bag swinging. Finally. Do you know how hard it's been to reach you? I've been busy, I said, gesturing to the campaign mock-ups and strategy decks on Marcus's desk. You know, with my little internet hobby. Emma had the grace to look uncomfortable. About that. Look, Robert and Catherine feel terrible. We all do. We didn't understand what you were building at Marcus's office, continued. And now that it's trending, suddenly you're interested. I kept my voice level, professional, the way I'd learned to pitch to skeptical clients. That's not fair, she protested. We're family. We should celebrate each other's successes. Marcus cleared his throat. I'll give you 2 a moment. No need, I said, standing. Emma was just leaving. I have a strategy meeting with our international team in 20 minutes. Actually, Emma said, pulling out her phone, I wanted to show you something. Remember that Christmas when Catherine said you needed real marketing training? She played a video. There I was, trying to explain our content strategy while everyone scrolled through their phones. Catherine's voice cut through. Honey, real marketing needs real business experience. This isn't like running your college Instagram account. Why are you showing me this? My voice was digital ice. Because I recorded all our family gatherings that year for Robert's CEO appointment video. I have dozens of clips like this. And I wanted to say, I'm sorry. We were wrong. I stared at her, memories flooding back. You recorded everything, everything. Want copies? Something clicked in my mind. An idea began to form. Yes, actually. I'd love copies. After Emma left, Marcus returned. You okay? Better than okay. I pulled out my iPad. Remember when you said success is best served viral? I think I just found my content strategy. Careful, Sarah, he warned. Viral can backfire. This won't be viral. It'll be authentic, a lesson in digital karma. At the creative studio, my phone buzzed. Maya, Emergency at the studio. Need you ASAP. At the studio, I found Maya surrounded by storyboards and digital mock-ups. The magazine wants to know our inspiration for the next quarter's campaign. They're doing a whole piece on our creative philosophy. I picked up a sleek tablet displaying our latest designs. How about turning dismissal into digital dominance? Ooh, deep. I like it. She noticed my expression. What happened with Emma? I told her about the videos, about my plan. You're going to use their own content against them? Maya's eyes widened. That's brilliant. And terrifying. I love it. They want to be part of my success story. I scrolled through our campaign metrics on the wall display. They will be. Just not in the way they expect. Speaking of success, Maya said, pulling up our client dashboard. Emma's presentation pitch. She chose our premium package, and she's been posting about us on LinkedIn. I laughed. Of course she has. Probably trying to prove she always supported digital innovation. Daniel's tech division placed an inquiry too, and Lily's been sharing our case studies. Funny how that works. I walked to the window, watching the sunset paint the city skyline. You know what the worst part was? They never even asked what we were building. Never once sat down and really looked at our strategy. Well, Maya said, coming to stand beside me, they're looking now. They sure are. I turned back to the studio, to the empire we'd built from nothing but determination and digital savvy. And soon they'll see everything they never wanted to see. Planning the next move. The magazine shoot was in 2 weeks. The Q4 campaign launch right after. And now, thanks to Emma's videos, I had everything I needed to make sure my family finally understood exactly what their dismissal had created. Get me the digital team, I told Maya. We need to start planning the holiday campaign. I have some very special content in mind. Special content indeed, each piece carefully crafted, each one carrying a message. They wanted to be proud of me now. I'd give them something to be proud of. Something they'd never forget. The day the Adweek Innovation issue hit the stands, my phone exploded. 6 pages of glossy spreads. Our campaign splashed across every platform with a headline that read, "From Startup to Digital Empire, How Sarah Transformed Modern Advertising." Have you seen it? Maya burst into my office, magazine in hand. They used the quote. There it was in bold print. Success isn't just about going viral. It's about validating your vision. My phone buzzed again. Catherine, sweetheart, we just saw the magazine. Why didn't you tell us about the interview? We're so. I hit decline. Your Instagram followers just jumped by 100,000, Maya announced, checking our analytics dashboard. And oh my God, Sarah, look who just shared the article. On my screen was a LinkedIn post from Emma. So proud of my visionary stepsister. Always knew she was revolutionizing digital marketing. #family first, #proud sister. The audacity, Maya muttered. Screenshot that, I said. Add it to the campaign assets. At the office, later that day, my office door flew open again. Marcus strode in, another copy of Adweek tucked under his arm. The investors are ecstatic. The phone's been ringing non-stop with partnership inquiries. And look at this. Maya turned her tablet toward us. Daniel had just posted, "My stepsister's success proves that with family support, innovation knows no bounds." Hash proud brother, hashtag meets creative. Can you believe this? I couldn't help but laugh. Family support. Is that what they're calling it now? Miss Sarah, my assistant's voice came through the intercom. Your stepparents are here. The room fell silent. Should we tell them you're in a strategy meeting? Meyer asked. I stood up, smoothing my designer blazer. No. Let them come up. Catherine rushed in first, magazine clutched to her chest. Robert following close behind in his perfectly tailored suit. Darling, this is incredible. Why didn't you tell us about the photo shoot? Must have slipped my mind, I said coolly, between running my little internet hobby and getting some real marketing experience. Robert at least had the decency to look embarrassed. We may have been hasty in our judgment. Hasty? I picked up my tablet, pulling up our latest campaign metrics. Let's see what the article says. Despite initial skepticism from family and industry veterans alike, Sarah revolutionized digital marketing. Hasty seems like an understatement. At the office, confrontation. We're trying to apologize, Catherine said, her voice tight. We're here now, aren't we? Yes, now that there's something to share on your social media accounts. Marcus cleared his throat. I should check on those partnership proposals. No, stay, I said. After all, Marcus has been more family to me these past few years than… I let the sentence hang in the digitally optimized air. Catherine's eyes welled up. We're having a family dinner tonight. Everyone will be there. Please come. Let us make it up to you. I looked at Maya, who gave me a subtle nod. The timing was perfect. Fine, I said. I'll be there. After they left, Maya turned to me. You're really going? Of course. I opened my laptop, pulling up our holiday campaign designs. It's time to start phase 2. The content series? The content series. I clicked through the mock-ups, each one personalized, each one perfect. Marcus examined the campaign strategy. These are pointed. They're authentic, I corrected. And they're exactly what my family deserves. My phone buzzed with a text from Lily. OMG sis. Just saw ad week. Can't wait to see you tonight. P.S. Any chance you could help with my startup's social strategy? Board meeting next week. Unbelievable, Maya muttered, reading over my shoulder. Actually, I said, it's perfect. Lily always did love viral content. Wait until she sees what I've designed, especially for her startup. Later that afternoon, the rest of the day passed in a blur of congratulatory calls and messages. Every time my family posted about my success, Maya dutifully archived it. Every proud declaration, every sudden claim of unwavering support. All raw material for what was coming. As I prepared to leave for dinner, Marcus caught my arm. Remember what I said about viral content backfiring. This isn't about going viral, I said, checking my reflection in my office window. This is a lesson in digital authenticity. Just be careful. Success is the best campaign, but peace is priceless. I picked up my designer laptop bag, another item featured prominently in the magazine spread. Peace comes after truth, Marcus. And tonight, we're serving truth with a side of metrics. Maya hugged me goodbye. Show them who you've become. Show them what they missed. I stepped into the elevator, the magazine tucked under my arm. My family wanted to celebrate my success? Fine. But first, they needed to acknowledge how we got here. and I had 6 perfectly crafted campaign concepts in production, just waiting to show them exactly that. The analytics dashboard on my phone kept lighting up with notifications as I drove to the restaurant. Each ping reminded me of every dismissive comment, every eye roll, every time they'd scrolled through their phones while I tried to explain my vision. Now they couldn't stop staring at their screens, watching my success story go viral. Karma, it seemed, had excellent engagement metrics. At the upscale restaurant, the private dining room looked exactly as expected. Robert's preferred high-end steakhouse, Catherine's impeccable taste in table settings, the obligatory corporate appropriate wine selection. Only this time, a copy of Adweek sat at my usual place setting. There she is. Lily bounded over, smartphone already in hand. The digital marketing genius herself. Daniel raised his wine glass. To Sarah's success. To success. They all echoed, the same voices that once mocked my internet obsession, now toasting it. Emma leaned forward. Tell us everything. How did you manage to keep all this so secret? Secret? I took a measured sip of wine. I've been posting about my agency's growth for years. You just weren't engaging with the content. An uncomfortable silence fell over the table. Catherine cleared her throat. Well, we're engaging now, darling. And we're so proud. Since when? The words slipped out before I could stop them. Since the Adweek feature? Since the engagement metrics? Since other people started validating what I've been building. That's not fair, Robert protested. We were just concerned about your future in this volatile digital space. My future? I pulled out my phone. Like when you said, and I quote from your own LinkedIn post, traditional marketing is the only sustainable career path. That kind of concern? At the restaurant, confrontation continues. Daniel shifted in his ergonomic dining chair. Come on, Sarah. That was years ago. 3 years, 2 months, and 14 days ago, actually. At the Christmas party, right after you called my digital strategy a passing fad. Lily's face paled. You remember all that? I remember everything. I looked each of them in the eye. Every dismissive comment, every time you scrolled through your phones when I tried to explain our analytics, every time you tagged me in posts about real marketing jobs. We made mistakes, Catherine said softly. We're trying to make it right, by claiming credit for my success, by backdating your support on LinkedIn, by suddenly becoming expert social media commentators. Emma had the grace to blush. I was just proud. Now you're proud. Now that there's something to repost. Now that your finance followers are asking about me. Now that you can add digital innovator to your family bio. The silence that followed was deafening. I have something for each of you, I said, my voice steady. Special content pieces from our holiday campaign. They'll be launching soon. Oh, how wonderful! Catherine brightened. Will they be featured on the trending page too? They're exclusive pieces. Custom made, you could say. They're inspired by authentic family moments. Robert raised his glass again. To authentic family content, then. If only they knew what kind of authenticity I had in mind. Still at the restaurant, the rest of dinner passed in a blur of forced conversations and careful questions. They wanted to know about viral metrics, about celebrity influencers, about engagement rates. Not once did anyone ask about the sleepless nights, the rejected pitches, the doubt I'd pushed through alone. As dessert was served, My phone buzzed. Maya, campaign assets are ready. Wait until you see how the video edits turned out. Everything okay? Lily asked, noticing my smile. Perfect, I replied, typing back. Save the growth hacking tutorial for Lily. Make sure the audio quality is crystal clear. So Emma, I said, about your presentation deck, it'll be ready next week, along with your special campaign feature. A feature already? Catherine beamed. But the holiday season is months away. Consider it a thank you for all the motivation you've given me over the years. Later, as I prepared to leave, Catherine caught me by the door. Sarah, wait. I know we weren't supportive before, but we really are proud now. That's the problem, Mom. You're proud now, when it's trending to be proud. What can we do to make it right? I looked at her, this woman who had dismissed my digital dreams for years, now desperate to claim a piece of my viral success. Just wait for your campaign features, I said. They'll explain everything. In my car, I called Maya. How's production coming along? The video edits are perfect. Each piece features the exact quotes we chose. Your family won't know what hit their feeds. Marcus thinks we're pushing the boundaries of ethical content, by the way. Back at the loft, I thought about dinner, about their selective memories, about how quickly they'd rewritten their digital history. No, I said. We're creating exactly the right kind of content. Back at my loft, I opened my laptop to review the campaign designs one final time. Each piece was meticulously crafted, professionally produced, and carried within it the weight of years of dismissal and doubt. For Emma, a viral LinkedIn series that would play back her mocking comments about my cute little website. For Daniel, a tech-focused case study embedded with his speech about real digital transformation. For Lily, that startup strategy guide she wanted, complete with her own voice belittling my business model. And for Robert and Catherine, matching thought leadership pieces that would remind them exactly how they'd failed to support their stepdaughter's vision. Beautiful content wrapped in truth. Let's see how proud they were after these went live. Are you absolutely sure about this? Marcus asked, examining one of the campaign previews in our production facility. Each one was packaged in our signature branding, topped with a custom animation that concealed a hidden audio track. Play the test version, I said, nodding to the LinkedIn series meant for Emma. He pressed play. Emma's voice filled the air. It's cute that you think your little social posts will pay the bills. Maybe stick to updating your Facebook status. At the production facility, crystal clear, Maya commented, checking analytics benchmarks on her tablet. The case study for Daniel is ready too. Want to preview it? I nodded. Another click, another recording. Real tech leaders transform industries, Sarah. What do you do? Post hashtags all day. The timing algorithms are perfect, our tech lead reported. They'll autoplay the moment the posts go live. No way to edit or delete until the full message plays through. And the quality? I asked. Broadcast grade. Your stepsister Emma did us a favor recording everything in high definition. Maya pulled up Lily's startup guide. This one's my favorite. The way she laughed when you showed her your first campaign metrics. The recording played. Oh my God, Sarah, you can't be serious. This isn't like your college blog. The real digital space doesn't work like that. And for your step-parents? Marcus raised an eyebrow. I opened the preview of their thought leadership series. 2 matching video features. elegant, and professional. Press play. Catherine's voice. Robert, we failed somewhere with Sarah. All that potential wasted on this social media fantasy. Robert's response. She'll learn the hard way. Sometimes children need to fail to understand their limitations in this digital age. Marcus winced. Harsh. Reality often is, I said, closing the preview. Schedule them for tomorrow. Coordinated release. There's something else, Maya said, checking her phone. Lily just texted. They're planning a family retreat. Want us all to go to the beach house next month. She says, and I quote, now that Sarah's finally made it in tech, we should celebrate as a family. Still at the production facility. I laughed. Perfect timing. They'll have their content well before then. Miss Sarah, our production manager, approached with another preview. The video compilation is ready too. I opened it to find a masterfully edited montage preloaded with clips from various family gatherings. Every dismissive moment, every eye roll, every interrupted pitch, all carefully curated and enhanced for maximum impact. For our company story highlight, I explained. A little family retrospective. Sarah, Marcus said softly, viral revenge might feel good now, but this isn't about going viral. I cut him off. This is about accountability. They don't get to rewrite their digital history just because I proved them wrong. The next morning, I watched as the scheduling platform confirmed the posts were queued. Miss stood beside me at the analytics dashboard. All assets loaded, she said. Emma's series should go live first. Her professional network is most active during morning commute. Text me when they all start trending. I want to know exactly when each piece drops. Throughout the day, the notifications rolled in. 10:15 a.m., Emma's LinkedIn series goes live. 11:30 a.m., Daniel's case study hits the tech blogs. 1:45 p.m., Lily's startup guide releases. 3 o'clock, the thought leadership pieces launch. Now we wait, I said, reviewing the performance metrics. They'll probably call as soon as they see them, Maya predicted. Let them. I've had years of practice leaving messages unread. At the office late afternoon, Marcus stopped by as the engagement metrics were peaking. Last chance to pull the campaign. No, I showed him my screen. Emma had already posted about receiving a special shout-out from her innovative sister. If you're sure, he sighed. Just remember, once content goes viral, it can't be recalled. My phone buzzed again. Lily, OMG, just got the strategy guide. Can't wait to share it. Family beach retreat next month will be perfect for brainstorming. They really have no idea, do they? Maya marveled. They will, I said, watching the sunset reflect off neighboring glass towers. Soon enough. That evening, as I worked late finalizing our next quarter strategy, the first text arrived from Emma. Very creative with the audio integration. We need to talk. Then Daniel, what kind of narrative are you crafting? Lily, this isn't fair, Sarah. We were just being realistic. And finally, Catherine, please call immediately. This content strategy is cruel. I forwarded the messages to Maya. It begins. Her response came quickly. Want me to come over? Bring some artisanal coffee? No, I typed back. I want to savor these metrics alone. I walked to my window, looking out at the city lights. Somewhere out there, my family was finally hearing their own voices played back to them. finally facing the reality of their digital footprint. The beach retreat was in 4 weeks, plenty of time for my campaign to reach full saturation. And the company story highlight. That would be my personal contribution to the family retreat. After all, what's a family gathering without some authentic content? At the Beach House Family Retreat, the beach house living room crackled with tension as my family stared at their phones displaying their respective content pieces. Outside, waves crashed against the shore, but inside, the only sound was the steady playback of their own voices through premium audio. "Take it down," Emma demanded, clutching her phone displaying her LinkedIn analytics. "This isn't strategic anymore." Strategic? I settled deeper into my ergonomic chair. "I don't remember discussing strategy when you said these things." Daniel minimized his case study on his tablet. "We get it, Sarah. You're a digital success now. You've made your point." "Have I?" I pulled out my laptop. "Because I brought our company story highlight, just in case the message wasn't clear enough." "Don't," Lily whispered, but I was already connecting to the smart TV. The screen flickered to life. There we were 3 Christmases ago, gathered around Robert's executive office. On screen, I tried to explain our engagement metrics while Daniel checked his email. Emma scrolled through Instagram, and Lily giggled behind her MacBook. Catherine stepped forward. "Turn it off, please." "We understand." "Do you?" I let the video play. "Because here's you, Catherine, telling your social circle that I was just going through a phase. And here's Robert explaining to his board members that I just needed to fail to learn my lesson." Robert's featured video autoplayed, making him wince. He closed his browser tab. "We were wrong," he said quietly. "Is that what you want to hear?" "Wrong about what, exactly? About my vision or about me?" At the beach house, confrontation continues. Emma stood up, investment banker mode activated. "This is manipulation, Sarah, using our digital footprint against us. Your words manipulated my career trajectory for years." I cut her off. "Made me doubt my vision, made me question my strategy. But guess what? I saved every post, every comment, every mockery, and now they're premium content." Lily burst into tears. "I was sharing that startup guide yesterday at my board meeting. Did everyone hear what I said about your early campaigns? No, that audio only plays when you access the premium features. But isn't it interesting that you're more concerned about your board hearing what you said than the fact that you said it?" Catherine sank onto the designer sofa. "We were trying to protect you. From what? Innovation? Success? Market disruption? From failure," she snapped. "From this unstable digital economy, from becoming exactly what I am now." I gestured around the luxury beach house they'd rented for this family celebration. Funny how that worked out. Daniel ran his hands through his hair. "Okay, we were wrong. We were judgmental and unsupportive. But this is calculated content strategy." "Calculated?" I laughed. "No, calculated was recording every family gathering just to mock me later, right, Emma?" She flinched. The TV switched to another clip, my step-parents' anniversary dinner, where they'd all scrolled through their phones during my announcement about our first major client partnership. "I watch these metrics a lot," I said, "especially the part where Lily asks if I'll ever do anything meaningful in the digital space." At the beach house final confrontation. Lily's designer dress rustled as she shifted uncomfortably. I didn't mean. Yes, you did. You all did. Every post, every share, every dismissive comment, you meant it all. And now? Robert asked, his CEO persona cracking. What do you want now? I stood up, walking to the window. The ocean stretched endless and dark beyond the glass, my reflection overlaid on the waves. I want you to sit with it. Really sit with it. Watch your own content. Listen to your own voices. Feel what I felt every family gathering, every holiday, every dinner. For how long? Emma's voice was barely a whisper. How long did you spend tearing down my vision? How many years did you waste doubting me instead of supporting me? Catherine started to speak, but her thought leadership video autoplayed again, her voice echoing. Sometimes I'm embarrassed to tell people what Sarah does in social media. Still embarrassed, Catherine? The silence stretched thick and heavy. Finally, Daniel spoke. The content. It won't stop trending, will it? The algorithms are set to resurface regularly, just like your comments used to come randomly whenever you felt like taking a shot at my dreams. This is ruthless, Emma muttered. No, this is authenticity wrapped in premium digital strategy. I picked up my laptop bag, our latest design, featured in last month's magazine spread. I have a global strategy meeting tomorrow with potential investors. Don't wait up. At the beach house, the departure. Sarah, wait. Catherine called out. Please stay. We need to discuss this. I turned at the door. Discuss? Now you want to engage? After years of scrolling past my content, the TV switched to another clip. Last Thanksgiving, my whole family laughing at my plans for international expansion. Listen to yourselves, I said. Really listen. Then maybe we can collaborate. As I walked out, their recorded voices followed me, echoing through the beach house like digital ghosts of engagement past. Behind me, I heard Lily start to cry again, Emma trying to delete her LinkedIn posts, Robert and Catherine arguing about their thought leadership series. But for the first time in years, I wasn't the one feeling invisible. I wasn't the one being unfollowed. Sometimes karma doesn't just go viral. Sometimes you have to curate it yourself. The next morning, at the beach, the sunrise painted the beach in gold when Catherine found me sitting by the water. She held 2 cups of artisanal coffee, her thought leadership piece noticeably archived. Your father finally figured out how to privatize the content, she said, handing me a cup. Though I suppose we deserved every view. Sit, I said, patting the sand beside me. She lowered herself carefully, her designer resort were ill-suited for beach sitting. I couldn't sleep last night. Kept hearing my own voice over and over, not just from the videos, but in my head. Welcome to my algorithm. At the beach, morning conversation. I was awful, wasn't I? You all were. The waves crashed steadily, filling our silence. I found your old digital strategy deck, she said finally. The one you kept in high school. It was in Robert's study when I was organizing last month. My coffee cup froze halfway to my lips. You read it? Every slide. Your platform strategies, your content plans, your vision. They were all there, weren't they? Right in front of us. We just refused to engage. My phone buzzed. Maya checking in. I ignored it. You know what really hurt? I asked. not the mockery or the dismissal. It was that none of you ever asked. Not once. You never said, "Hey, Sarah, walk me through your analytics. Show me what you're building." Catherine's eyes welled up. We were so busy pushing our traditional marketing mindset, we never saw your digital innovation. Inside the beach house, I could see movement. Emma and Lily in the kitchen, Daniel and Robert on the deck, all of them stealing glances our way. The campaign, Catherine continued. It was cruel but necessary, wasn't it? I nodded. You needed to see yourselves. Really see yourselves. Emma hasn't stopped monitoring her notifications. Says she never realized how toxic she sounded. Lily's been up all night rewriting her startup pitch. Apparently, she'd included something condescending about disrupting traditional thinking. At the beach, the resolution. Despite everything, I laughed. And Daniel called his tech division, requested a digital culture workshop. Said he needed to reconcile with the future. The sun climbed higher, warming the morning air. I don't expect instant engagement, Catherine said quietly. But I hope we can build something new. Something authentic. My phone buzzed again. Marcus this time. How's the impact metrics looking this morning? I typed back, more meaningful than expected. The beach house door opened. Robert stepped out, then Daniel, then my stepsisters. They walked toward us slowly, like approaching a trending topic they feared might go viral. I made breakfast, Emma said, her voice rough from a sleepless night. Real breakfast, not just coffee. We thought, Lily added, maybe we could talk. Actually talk. No recordings, no metrics, just talk. I looked at them, really looked at them. Their designer beachwear wrinkled from a sleepless night, their faces stripped of social media filters, their eyes heavy with recognition of their own digital footprint. One condition, I said, standing up. You each get 1 minute to speak, uninterrupted. Then I get my turn. They nodded. And after that, I pulled out my laptop from my bag. We create new content. Better content. At the beach house final scene, we don't deserve a second chance, Daniel said. No, I agreed. But I deserve authentic family support, and you deserve a chance to provide it. Back inside, over cooling artisanal pastries and fresh coffee, we talked. Really talked. Emma shared her insecurities about keeping up with digital transformation in finance. Daniel admitted he'd been jealous of my freedom to innovate. Lily confessed she'd been mimicking our parents' behavior, trying to earn their corporate approval. Robert and Catherine just listened, for once not checking their phones. When my turn came, I didn't mention the metrics or the success or the magazine. Instead, I talked about the young creative who used to draft campaign ideas in her notebook, who just wanted her family to believe in her vision. I don't need your validation anymore, I finished, but I'd like your understanding. Robert cleared his throat. Could we see your creative process sometime? Really see it. I'd like to understand how you built it all, Catherine added. If you're willing to share. I pulled out my phone, texted Maya. Cancel my strategy sessions today. Family stuff. Her reply was instant, finally letting them earn their authenticity badge. I looked around the table at my family's hopeful faces, at the archived content scattered across their devices, at the laptop waiting to capture new moments. No, I typed back. finally letting myself have the family I deserved all along. Then I put my phone away and turned to my family. So, who wants to hear about how I actually built my digital empire? Their eager responses tumbled over each other, but this time they weren't scrolling through their phones. This time they were ready to listen. And this time, I was ready to let them.